All right, welcome back to the channel. This is the Genesis albums ranking. It's long overdue, really, when you think about it. I've been in a Genesis stage all year, listening to all the CDs and or wherever, CD, iPod, YouTube, concerts, everything. And don't get insulted or butthurt. Put on a helmet and enjoy the show. I'm going to go from worst to first. This is subjective. There's no right or wrong answers, and I only consulted myself and the music for the answers. This is all about me, yours truly, and you learning about me and what I like. And sometimes this is about what I think is the best, but sometimes it becomes about what is my favorite or which works best for me, or even which are the ones that I listen to the most. And I use that for tiebreakers. And I didn't factor in any other rankings or lists or Rolling Stones or progarchives.com or any of that, or AllMusic or sales, nothing. This is just about what I like and what I tend to favor, and so I know I bear no responsibility in you becoming upset. And if you do, just leave a comment, and we could talk it out. It's not a big deal, really. This is all just for fun. And also, there's no greatest hits and no seconds out, no live stuff, no stuff like that. Just the studio albums, the proper ones that say Genesis on them, and that's about it. Okay, are we ready? Here we go. Hut. My least favorite, number 14, is "We Can't Dance" from 1991. Now, what's the deal here? This is the final album with Phil Collins. There's an emphasis on pop. It's, to me, the least interesting album that they made. The worst song on the album, you can flip a coin, "Never a Time" or "Driving the Spike." "Driving the Spike," which it sounds like a rewrite of "Dreaming While You Sleep," or "Tell Me Why" and "Living Forever." They're also terrible. The best song on the album, not sure, maybe "I Can't Dance" because of the funny lyrics like "Young punk spilling beer on my shoes, fat guys talking to me, trying to steal my blues." Or maybe "Hold My Heart." "Hold My Heart's pretty good. Sounds like a genuine song. "Fading Lights" has a moment in it. But the rest of the songs are just meh, too long, lacks focus, not flashy, minimalist playing by all three members. And for that, that's why I've got it last, number 14. And, I don't listen to it a lot, so this wasn't hard for me to come up with. We'll put that one as dead last. "We Can't Dance." Okay. Okay, number 13. Here we go. I got that right here. From 1981, Abacab. What's the deal here? This album has twice the energy of "We Can't Dance." More enjoyable for me to listen to, and it's just got more pump to it, and they seem to be in a better place, especially Phil Collins, who's done a couple of albums at this point now on lead vocals, so I think he's gotten more comfortable with it. And the three main members of the band, Phil Collins, Mike Rutherford, and Banks, they seem to be in a groove on songwriting, and it just works better at this point. So the worst song for me is "Me and Sarah Jane." It just doesn't do anything for me. And the best song is the first song, Abacab, the title track. And bonus points for "Dodo Lurker" and "Who Done It." Now I know, "Who Done It." I had a friend, Meat was like, "Wait till you hear Who Done It." Well, okay, "Who Done It." It's like this poppy new wave song, and it's just kind of silly. But every time I hear it, I kind of laugh. And probably the correct answer is supposed to be "Who Done It" is the worst song in the catalog, but I don't think so. I actually get a kick out of it. So number 13 is Abacab. Okay. All right. Let's go to number 12. It's starting to get harder now, by the way. So tiebreakers are in effect. Number 12, "Invisible Touch" from 1986. What's the deal here? This is pop peak of Genesis. Bunch of songs that charted. The first 4 tracks are singles. Worst song, probably "Anything She Does." It sounds like a Phil Collins solo song. Not that that's bad, but not my favorite. The best song to me is "In Too Deep." And I have I don't know if you'd call it a memory, but when I first started listening to this album, I thought In Too Deep. Now I remember that from 1986 and 1987. I mean, that was a song that was played a lot on the radio. I mean, you could not hear it. And I would be walking around the house whistling it. I mean, it's one of my favorite tunes, actually. So they get bonus points for that. Genesis, Invisible Touch. Good album cover. And they play these songs like on that tour, and then on the next tour too, when they did We Can't Dance tour, they were playing all those songs. So okay, number 11, Genesis, 1983. This is the self-titled album. And do you guys remember this board game, Perfection? We had Perfection at home. That's what they put on the album cover. Well, what's the deal here? It's 83, and they're trending more and more towards pop music after Abacab and some of the predecessors. The worst song, probably Just a Job to Do. Sounds like a sped up song from Calling All Stations. It just, I don't know. The best song is Mama, which is the first track, or I really like Home by the Sea and Second Home by the Sea, and there's a great version of that they play on is it called the We Can't Dance? What is the Way We Walk live in concert? There's a good version of that. I really like it. I like the song. The live version's great too. And so for those three songs, that's why I have it higher than Invisible Touch. Okay, number 11, Genesis. Okay. Now we're getting into the top 10. Number 10, Duke. What's it say for the date here? I don't know if I can read that. Duke is before Abacab, I'm pretty sure. Man, I'm just going to flip it open and see if I can read it. Usually it says like date. No, 1980. Okay, 1980, so 3 years before Genesis and before Abacab. Okay, so what's the deal with Duke? They're still trying to write prog songs, but they're also mixing in more pop songs. And it's this balance they're trying to strike after losing Steve Hackett and Peter Gabriel. They're trending in that pop direction, but they're still trying to hold on to what the essence of the band is, which is they're a prog band. And that's how they were built and constructed, so why not? The worst song, basically all the songs that don't have Duke or Duchess in the title, those are the worst songs. So Behind the Lines, Guide Vocal, Man of Our Times, Misunderstanding. Oh, Misunderstanding is there must be some misunderstanding. Woo! That song. Let's see, Heat Haze. Turn It On Again. I mean, there's a lot of pop songs on here. But the songs that I like, Duchess, Duke Travels, and Duke's End, and I think Duke's Travels is a longer song, I think. It's good. I used to listen. I listened to it a lot in the winter when it was snowing out, colder than balls, and I was outside walking around, in the snow pants and the snow jacket and the hat on. I listened to it a lot, and even the pop songs, they are what they are, but that's not why I listen to Genesis. So they can throw them in there, and it doesn't bother me too much. But I appreciate the trying to stick with the prog stuff. Okay, number 9. Here we go. This is going to be controversial, so, you tell me. Probably a lot of you have this at the bottom, but 1997's Calling All Stations. What's the deal here? It's basically a lot of Genesis fans didn't give this one a fair chance because Phil Collins isn't on the album. He didn't sing. He didn't participate. He didn't want to do it. I had a huge stage for this album back in 99. I mean, I was listening to this like every day or every other day for most of the year. Especially in the fall, like late summer, fall, winter. I remember driving around North Carolina listening to it. So, Ray Wilson is the vocalist. Rutherford and Banks did most of the writing. and Wilson chipped in here or there, and it's got 2 drummers on it. One of the drummers did the tour, and I think the drumming's fine. Like people really worship Phil Collins' drumming. I think it's pretty good. Andy put him number 1 on his list for prog drummers. I don't know if he's number 1, but I don't think so. But this album is pretty good. The worst song, Small Talk. Small Talk is terrible. Everything else is pretty decent. The best song, to me, the 2 best are The Dividing Line or There Must Be Some Other Way. I just think it's got a good, chill, relaxed atmosphere. It's not too poppy. They're trying to address both their pop past, but also to be a little bit more proggy, I guess. That late 90s prog, kind of like Yes the Ladder, it's a little bit softer. It's not so filled with notes and all the time switches and all that. But they're trying to pull that back into the band. And it's regrettably it's their last album, but I think it's a solid album. So I'll stand by it at number 9. All right. Okay, number 8 from 1978, and then there were 3. What's the deal with this album? A very dark album cover, by the way. And I think there's 3 guys there. It's hard to see, but it's so dark. I mean, it just looks like a dark, purpley, reddy, cloudy cover. This is the album after Hackett has quit, and Genesis has tried to maintain their prog roots. The album is missing the flair of Peter Gabriel or the genius of Hackett, but they're still holding it together here. The worst song, probably Follow You, Follow Me, or is that what it's called? Yeah, Follow You, Follow Me. It's the last song. That's the worst song. The best song, Follow You, Follow Me. Too repetitive, weird synth sounds, yuck. Just not for me. The best song, I don't know why, but I like Snowbound. This is another one I listened to a lot over the winter, and I disliked it at first, and then I got into it. And it just seems like, they're trying to maintain that prog spirit and atmosphere of the previous albums, but with the three of them, Banks, Collins, and Rutherford, doing all the collaborating and writing of the songs, it just seems to be missing some element that the ones ahead of it have, for me. And it just sounds a little bit more plain. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it's not a bad album. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I could pop it in right now and listen to it, and I'd like it. So, yeah, number 8. And then there were 3, 1978. Now, where we're going next is we've crossed over into the really good era of Genesis albums. And it's the top 7. I would consider all of these excellent or even better than excellent. So here we go. Number 7 from 76, Wind and Wuthering. Withering. It's hard to say. Wind and Wuthering. What's the deal? Damn, I like this album a lot. December 1976. I got into a mini stage when I did the album review this month, or last month, whenever that was. I was listening to it a lot, and it took me like 3 or 4 weeks to get the album review out because of complications I had with work and everything. But I really enjoyed listening to this a lot, and I hadn't gotten the full appreciation out of it until I really dedicated myself to listening to it. And I think it's 8 Foot Guy's favorite Genesis album. So I was just like, why? Why does he like this one the best? But now I get it. Like, I can see why someone would like this one the best. And it's also the final album with Steve Hackett. The worst song is probably Blood on the Rooftops, which is a song about, back in the 70s and 80s. You come home from work and watch the news, and then you get the news updates, and it's all Blood on the Rooftops or whatever. Or All in a Mouse's Night, which is the song about Tom and Jerry. Or it doesn't do much for me. The best song, probably 11th, Earl of Mar, or the 2 instrumentals that are back-to-back at the back end of the album, Unquiet Slumbers and In That Quiet Earth. Those are really good. Those three tracks are sort of the peak. What's Gorilla? That's Phil Collins's jazzy instrumental song. One for the Vine in Your Own Special Way. You're kind of getting into like, kind of poppy. It's not poppy like Follow You, Follow Me, but certainly trying to pull that in. But this is just loaded with good songs. And Afterglow. Afterglow is a pop song too, which is like a verse chorus type deal with it. You can like this album and not feel bad or ashamed that you like a pop album, because it's not. It's prog. I would call this a good solid prog album that you can hang your hat on. Okay. Number 6. Woo! From 1976, A Trick of the Tail, same year. This is early in the year, February 1976. This is a very, 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 very good album. Great, excellent. The worst songs probably Robbery, Assault and Battery for my least favorite. It's not that it's bad, it's just like gone back to the, like sort of mimicking the Peter Gabriel storytelling part. The best songs to me are Squonk and Los Endos. Equal. Like, to me, those are the top 3, 4, 5 Genesis songs. I love Squonk and Los Endos, and for that puts it up there. The other songs, Entangled is good. Madman Moon, I don't know if that does much for me. I think that's one of the big Mellotron songs. Ripples is pretty decent. I just saw a video on Ripples by Rick Beato. He did a full deep dive into the music theory of it. he's so good when he does that. And then A Trick of the Tail, that's the title track. But love this album. And nice album cover too. A Trick of the Tail. Number 5 from 1974, Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. This is controversial. This is even controversial for me. I think a lot of proggers think this is their best album, and I don't. In fact, I think I even have it too high. Do I like it better than A Trick of the Tail or Wind and Withering? It's close. I mean, it's close. What's the deal? It's 1974 November is when they released it. It's a double album. That's the biggest problem I have with it. There's a lot of filler. And I still don't understand the story. I don't understand what Real's doing, and I get all the metaphors and the the raven and the river and the whatever. Everything that's going on. The lamb's a metaphor. Everything's a metaphor in the story. And he's in a cage, he's trapped. He's in a cocoon, all that. It's a large opera type rock album like The Who's Tommy or The Wall or whatever. And it's a story from end to end over 2 discs. The worst song to me is Cuckoo Cocoon. That's a skip. The Colony of Slipperman is also a mess. I just don't... Maybe I don't appreciate it properly, but I don't like the song. The best song is Fly in a Windshield and the Broadway Melody of 74. It also has some other really good stuff. The title track's okay. In the Cage is okay. I like Back in NYC a lot. I think that's really good. The Chamber of 32 Doors is good. Lily White's good. Lily White Lilith. The Waiting Room, that's like their improv. That's like the only Genesis improv song, sort of like in the spirit of King Crimson or whatever. So, there's a lot to like about this. And I recently got this Steve Hackett 50th anniversary live album of the Lamb Live. It's pretty good. And he picked out the good songs to play, so agree with his choices. I just, it's not my favorite. I acknowledge it's good. I acknowledge that a lot of people love it. It's probably their favorite, especially if you're like a really artsy person or you're really into, maybe you're really into theater. Because this could be done on stage and then maybe I'd understand it, But But let's keep it at number 5. Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, 1974. All right, number 4, Trespass. What's the deal here? 1974 also. The album before Hackett and Collins joined. And it's an excellent, very, 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 very good, great, excellent album. Good effort, too. Solid effort. Great guitar playing by Anthony, or Ant as they call him, and great use of 2 12-string guitars on a couple of tracks. The worst song is probably White Mountain. I don't get it. The best song is probably Stagnation or The Knife for me. I like those. The other songs, Looking for Someone, that's okay. Visions of Angels, they work. Dusk works. It's just a cool album, and what I like about it is it's not so hyper intense. It's kind of folksy. It's got that English folksy feel to it, and it's got a real, even though it's 74, it feels like a real 60s, like a late 60s album. That's always what I think about, is like, wow, this sounds really old, even though it's not. There's a big difference between albums, even from 72 to 68, 69, but This one's got that old school vibe to it going. And for that, I do dig it. And a good album cover, too. So, number 4 is Trespass from 74. Okay, where are we? We're entering the top 3. All right, number 3, Nursery Cryme. What's the deal? It's 1971, and this is the first album with Collins and Hackett. They're full-blown prog mode, and they're like coming together and gelling, and they got Collins, and it's just really working out. And Collins is even singing backing vocals on some of the songs. The worst song is, without a doubt, Harold the Barrel. Just doesn't do anything for me. It's not a skip. It's not filler. It just it's not my cup of tea. And does it belong on another album? I don't know. Maybe they could have held it for a Trick of the Tail or something, but although there's a song like Harold the Barrel on a Trick of the Tail, so I don't, it doesn't, it's okay. It is what it is. The best song, just pick one. The Musical Box, Hogweed, The Fountain of Salmacis. What's great about this album is there's a lot of Mellotron on it. Those 3 songs have it, and these are the 3 epics. The Musical Box is the longest at 10.5 minutes, and then Hogweed is at 8:12, and The Fountain of Salmacis is just under 8 minutes at 7:56. So you got 3 really epic, Mellotron-driven prog songs that make this just like a top-tier prog album. And a lot of people love it. Let's just see what else is on this thing. For Absent Friends, okay, it's just like a 1.5 minute blip in the radar. 7 Stones is okay. Harold the Barrel, and then Harlequin. But the three that really make the album terrific, fantastic, spontaneous, and it keeps getting better with every listen, is the Musical Box, Hogweed, and Salmacis. And Hogweed is the scary one. The Musical Box is like more of a fun one. And then The Fountain of Salmacis is this terrible story about about a sea nymph, or a forest nymph, or whatever you want to call it, and Aphrodite. So, or Hermaphrodite. Okay, let's move on. Number 2, Selling England by the Pound. Now that could be controversial, because some of you probably think this is the number 1 Genesis album, and that's okay. I won't disagree with you, because even on some of my days, I think, yeah, this is the best one. But it stands the test of time. For me, I think I landed on the top 3, a few months ago, and I'm going to stick with it. So I'm okay with this. In October 73, this is a landmark progressive rock album in the top 3 at progarchives.com. And you have Genesis with their full arsenal and repertoire. They've gelled after Nursery Cryme. They're getting better. They're writing better songs. And it just really works. The worst song, probably Epping Forest, or definitely More Fool Me is filler. Epping Forest is, it's kind of like filler. It's a story about a war in a forest in England, and Epping Forest is a forest, and it's like a war analogy type story. And the best song is definitely For the Fifth. It's not only the best Genesis song, it might be the best song in all of Prague. And it might be my favorite song, actually. For the Fifth is amazing. You got the big piano introduction that goes on for a few minutes, and then you got the flute solo, and then you got just the best guitar solo. Man, God, I love it. And it just works for me. The rest of the songs, Dancing with a Moonlit Night, I Know What I Like in Your Wardrobe, awesome. Then you got For the Fifth, which is terrific. More Fool Me and Battle of Epping Forest, After the Ordeal. The Cinema Show, that's one that's live and on, it's on the Seconds Out disc. It's okay. It's not one of my favorites, but it's like more of an epic, like a 10, 11 minute tune. And there's a lot going on in the song. It's just not one of my favorites. And then Isle of Plenty, which has a reprise at the end for Dancing with the Moonlit Night. But this, awesome album. Awesome. That leaves number 1, Foxtrot, September 72. This is also in the top 10 in PragueArchives.com, but it's my personal favorite because of Supper's Ready, Can Utility, and Get 'Em Out by Friday. It's just got, it's a super prog album. I mean, it's even more proggy than Nursery Cryme and Selling England by the Pound. They just really dialed it up, and it really works. There's no is there a letdown? Maybe. I wrote down that the worst song is Timetable. Now, that's a song where he goes, a dusty table, musty smells, da 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 da, da 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 da. I mean, their lyrics are always funny to me, especially in the 70s albums where, Peter's chipping in, but they're all chipping in. I know that Mike and Tony and Phil, they all help write the lyrics, and even Hackett does, so they all chip in on the writing. It's just not my favorite song, but it's not a bad song, It's probably the worst song on the album. The best song is Supper's Ready. The Supper's Ready is like a prog giant, so it's more than 20 minutes, and they really leave it all out there for Supper's Ready. And there's a good version of it on Seconds Out, which it's like, okay, it's thinner because there's no overdubs. It's just the 5 of them, or the 4 of them rather. Well, 5 of them because Chester's on drums. But, there's not all these overdubs with keyboards and guitars and stuff. It's just the 5 of them playing and enjoying it, and so I dig that version too. The version that's here on Foxtrot is better than Seconds Out, but it works. So I enjoy both versions. But the best song is Supper's Ready. Can Utility is one of those songs that's like super proggy, kind of like, I don't know why, but I always think of Long Distance Runaround by Yes. It's got that kind of a feel to it. Even more crazier than that. And Get 'Em Out by Friday too. Great start to the album. That's that's not the first track, but that's like the second or third track. Watcher of the Skies is also good. That's the first song. I think there's big Mellotron sounds in that. Timetable, that's probably the worst song. And that's everything. Get 'Em Out by Friday. Yeah, I mean that's the one where it's one of those story ones. So. Mr. Pebble and Mrs. Barrow. It's good. So that's my favorite. That one's number 1, and it should be number 1 for me. And I do like it better than Selling England by the Pound. I get more enjoyment out of it listening to it, and it's kind of like a toe tapper to me. And it keeps me awake when I'm in the truck on long trips, so I think that helps. So that's it. That's it, folks. That's my top 10. Or top 14 Genesis, they're ranking all their albums. You might disagree. You probably do. You probably think I screwed this up. It's all wrong, and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And if that's what you think, that's fine too. You can just leave a comment, and I'll check out your comments. I'm interested in hearing your lists. That's what this is about too. It's about sharing. Like, what do you think? I bet a lot of you are like really super fans of the 80s Genesis music. And if you do, that's okay. That's like, we all have different tastes and preferences, so you probably do love the 80s stuff. And let's hear it. Just leave it in the comments. Give me your rankings. Or tell me where I missed the mark. But let's do the rundown, and then we can get out of here and call it a day. Number 14 is We Can't Dance. Number 13 is Abacab. Number 12 is Invisible Touch. Number 11 is Genesis, self-titled. Number 10 is Duke. All right. Number 9 is Calling All Stations, 1997. Number 8 is And Then There Were Three. Number 7, Wind and Withering, or Wind and Wuthering. That's a mouthful. Wind and Wuthering. W. Okay, Trick of the Tail, number 6. Number 5, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Number 4, Trespass. Number 3, Nursery Cryme. Number 2, Selling England by the Pound. And number 1, my favorite, is Foxtrot. And cool album cover too, especially because there's a whale and they're fishing, and that's cool. But I just really I really like all of Genesis, honestly. Like, I don't poo-poo on even like the ones at the bottom. We Can't Dance and Abacab. I can put them in and listen to them, and they're pretty good. Even We Can't Dance. I mean, I don't mind it. There wasn't really a proper atmosphere for me to listen to it, but that's okay. I still dig it. I dig all of them. We're Genesis fans, so. All right, that's it. I got other stuff planned. I'm actually working on a Nickelback rankings, which was requested of me, so that's going to come out shortly. I'm still working on the 12, my top 10 or 12 Mellotron songs. I'm working on that one. We got Richard Wright, Ret Dream album review coming up, and then there were 3 album reviews coming up, and then I think there's another one sitting out there I'm working on. But okay, that's it. Long-winded. I'm out. Thanks, everybody.